just play what they've got in front of them. It doesn't matter what tables and balls you've got in front of you. You've got to play. You've got to play the. You've got to play the balls, and you know that if the tables are doing that, you've got to adapt to whatever you're doing because it's the same for the other guy. But yeah.
It certainly is. Well, we're going to let you go, Phil. Congratulations on a brilliant win. Phil Harrison 3 from 3 here in the European Open, and what a break that is from Chris Melling to get us started here against Matt Cooke. Best of luck for the rest of the weekend. Phil, thank you very much, sir. We'll let you go, and Chris Melling takes us on here into our second match of the evening, taking on Matt Cooke. And I mean, if he breaks like this here in this match, Chris Melling, he will go pretty well, you'd imagine, because these for Chris are about as meat and drink as you could really look to get. Incredible break. Parks the cue ball, such an aesthetically pleasing break to watch. And one that I know Tony Holgate would have been purring at if it had come from the tip of his own cue.
Indeed I would. And just as I get here, Chris does that.
Well, now then, was not expecting that.
Nor me, nor was Matt Cooke.
I think you're absolutely correct.
Leapt out of his chair with complete glee and delight. Another look. Yeah, just sort of clumped it a little bit.
He is human. Not often you see a straight miss from Chris Melling like that, to be honest with you. Usually there's always something. He's trying to work the cue ball in a certain way and all the rest of it. It's very, very rare that you sort of see a mistake like that where you go, oh, he's just missed it. Doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, bizarre.
And if you're Matt Cooke, you know coming into this game that you're playing Chris Melling. You know also that you're playing a Chris Melling who's playing well. And it's a great opportunity for him to bloody the nose, one of the all-time greats. He knows if he's going to be able to do that, he has to take pretty much any and all opportunities that come his way.
Well, Matt would have loved to have been a bit further down the table. He should be okay if he can just clip this thin enough. Cracked a bit of side onto that. It's not too bad. But there is a little bit of work here. See Matt Cooke getting the cue in the air here. He's going to be screwing his back. Ooh. I thought he might get into that deeper and come right back and play into either the top corner or back into that middle, but he's now left himself queuing over the yellow to play this into the centre. There you see the cue ball running away from the red as well, so it's going to be heading towards that cushion. Well, for a split second now, I thought he'd gone a bit wide. So this black to take the opening frame against all the odds after Chris Melling's break. In it goes. And a very happy Matt Cooke strolls back. One to the good.
Yeah, very tidy from Cookie. You've got to take that really. I mean, it's a complete freebie. Chris absolutely obliterated the break. And you know, you're sat there as Matt Cooke thinking, just as we were, oh, well, I've got the next break. Almost lose that frame in your own mind. Actually, it's a right touch to then think, oh, I meant to say, well, I've got bonus.
It's quite funny because Matt came up to me just before we started this game. I was just walking past. He said, "How the game's been going? Has it been good today?" I said, "He's obviously been out in the main arena all day playing." I said, "Well, there's been a few one-sided ones here, and it's not been because of anybody's bad play." I said, "One player seems to keep going off the break, and then the other player seems to be sort of blessed, and that they're getting everything on their break and mopping the others up." He said, "So you're saying I better not going off the break then?" I said, "Yeah, pretty much." But what's he done?
Well, you called it. Straight in off the break for Matt Cooke. Straight in as well.
I've got a good mind to go out that ball now and say, I told you not to do that, Matt.
I warned you.
Yeah.
I'm sure your words are ringing in his ears right now.
Well, Chris Melling now with the opportunity to level things up, and it'll be a very short-lived lead for Matt Cooke, you'd think. I thought he'd knock these in the pockets by now.
Yeah, and just the fact that he has taken that little bit longer, I do wonder if there's maybe a little bit more mileage than initially we first thought.
Well, not really. I mean, you look at them; they're all drops, and I think it was more the case that he didn't want to play that yellow in the middle from where he was, because it was just going away a little bit. But that's the manner of the player Chris is. Confident in potting the ball and then getting it into the correct position the second time around. And again, we gave him the last frame and he tripped over. I don't think he's going to do it for a second time.
No. I'd be staggered, in fact, if he did. He just doesn't really do that.
And he certainly isn't.
Smooth visit to the table. The magician.
One each.
He does make the game look so simple. Few who achieve it with quite the same level of almost audacity. He was in decent form on Monday night in the Pairs Cup. Wasn't to be for him and Craig Waddingham, but there was nothing really that Chris could have done about that. He played really well. It wasn't Craig's best night, but that's how it can often be in the Pairs. It's very difficult to play really well, as funny as that sounds.
Oh dear. Dry from the Melling break. Shaking the head there, he's having a conversation. He's having a complaint about something.
He's not pleased about something, is
Not
he?
sure what. So Matt Cooke takes reds and dislodges the one that was the most awkward for him. And now he's brought it into open play. The problem here for Matt is that he's not landed on a particularly easy shot. Little very slow cut into the middle here will just roll into the centre. And that's better. Get his hand on the table now, play the outside. One of those two reds into the top right. He won't play the one up the rail, not with that 𝗪𝗪𝗃𝗃. And try and get onto the two reds that are right at the top of the table. Well, he is playing the one with the 𝗪𝗪𝗃𝗃. I am surprised. Taking on the really, I mean, it should be free ball if he gets it.
Gets it, he does.
Wow, brave. Brave Matt Cooke. I would not have played that. I'd have chickened out and gone the other way. I'll hold my hands up there. For the fact of the matter, with the other two reds, you could use either one of them to get onto that one on the rail as well. But fair play to him.
Yeah, it was really nice. And a confident sign that from Matt Cooke, honestly. Yeah. It's a really good sign for him.
He was flexing his muscles out there in front of Chris Melling. And this is pretty good from Matt Cooke. He's now left himself the natural angle just to pot this red at the top and roll the cue ball all the way down the table off that top rail and onto the red at the bottom. The black is free and clear of anything in the way of an obstruction. So just wants an angle so he can put this, well, they'll be straight in on that rail. Well, all of a sudden, there's a shot that has to be played. Is he going to be digging? He is.
Wants to avoid those yellows at all costs.
Oh dear.
And he's got that all.
He had to really punch that. I mean, you've got to really hit that to get that cue ball to sort of, or you're almost bouncing the cue ball into the bottom rail and bashing it back up the table. And that was not played anywhere near the pace you had to hit it. So he's got a straight one cushion.
Yeah, it almost died off the off the ball, didn't it?
It's like he decelerated slightly into that shot. But anyway, he does have a chance here.
Oh, I thought he was going to Meling.
Yes. a good way to put it. Yeah. So that was just basically returning the favour that Chris gave him in the opening frame. Meling taking the yellow at the bottom. Not entirely sure he wanted that nudge, but I don't think he's too bothered because he can go back up the top of the table. This is not the pattern you would have looked at from going one end of the table to the other with two longish shots. He's still not on anything great. So this is very much a scenic route that Chris has chosen. Chris continues down the coastal path. This time he now has got himself onto the M1.
Done well to get there from the coastal path.
He has. In one foul swoop. All the way back up there. Didn't want, he could have just popped that and put the black in the corner. He couldn't bother to walk down the bottom of the table, so he brought the cue ball back instead.
I respect that so much.
Save
economy of movement.
Wear and tear on the shoes.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you see he's doing his laces up. His lace must have been undone. He just realised it. That's why he played that shot. Adjusting all footwear. Put his slippers on.
Dangerous as always in this tournament will Christopher Melling. He is 3 from 3 currently, and he's only dropped 3 frames, which is the remarkable bit of it. He beat Mitchley 6-1, he beat Lee Murray 6-1, he beat Andrew Lewis 6-1. His matches have been, just through pure chance of the draw really, weighted so that he plays the amateurs in his group early. He has Matt Cooke and Dom Cooney still to come. Matt could do with a win. He's 1 and 2 personally. Dom Cooney is also 3 from 3. Dom and Matt have played each other. Finished 6-4 to Dom. So as it is, it looks like a group. This is Group 4. It really looks like the sort of the pros should have the advantage over the challengers. But Andrew Lewis is going well. He's the only one to win a match of the 3 amateurs. He beat Matt Cooke earlier as Matt Cooke throws in a wide. Interestingly,
Luke Gilbert made a point of saying the Harrison group that we just watched Phil beat Charlie Earnshaw is the group of death, he said.
It is, yeah.
Because when you think about it,
actually,
Charlie,
no, I disagree.
Well, I did at first, but then when he makes a good point when he says Charlie Earnshaw's already finished at the top of the challengers, and Scott Pope really is a professional type player.
Yeah,
and they're the two amateurs.
Is there 4 of the pros in that group as well?
I think so.
It's pretty handy. Yeah, it it's essentially 5 pros and an amateur in terms of standard. It's a very, very good group. I would potentially, probably on a par with Group 16.
Because I brought up Group 16 with Jaden Billing and Declan Brennan.
Declan Brennan, Josh Duaz, Ben Doyle,
Yeah.
Anthony Morris, and Anthony Stenhouse. It's a pretty saucy group.
Yeah, it is. Chris Melling, as we just made that discussion, has got onto his last yellow. Nailed it.
That's a lovely shot.
Really, really good shot there. Took a stunt run through. It's very hard to play that shot. Cool. Okay then.
Woof.
Let's see if that one rolls off. Wow.
Do you think that was what he was upset about? And that's
No, I don't think so.
and he's sort of proving a point by belting that one in at a million miles.
I don't know what he was having a little bit of a complaint, and I don't know whether it was because he thought the balls weren't racked tight enough or something like that. But he broke off, and there was a sort of a shrug of the shoulders and a wave of the arms at something, and I figure it must have been the break, just judging by his sort of reaction. Whether it's somebody said anything in the crowd, I don't know. But he's smiling away now anyway, so it's been put to bed, whatever it was that annoyed Mr. Melling.
Fifth frame, Chris Melling's break, leading 3 frames to 1. Red balls in play.
That's pretty good. You'll take that all day.
Well, interesting. Shake of the head.
Yeah. 20 seconds to play the shot. Does have an extension. We'll probably use it here. It's double or kick. It's picky poison time.
It's double.
It's got to be the double, hasn't it, really?
He played a double and run the cue ball off the 2 rails and back for the other red. He's played a general screw double. Fabulous. I thought he just played it plain ball and come off the 2 cushions and had the cue ball the other side of that red, but, well, great control there from Melling. Super stuff. 4-1.
Yeah, lovely finish in the end.
Is he going to get 4 6-1s?
You wouldn't mind. It was a very, very good recovery double after a slightly loose shot. It was a difficult shot that he was playing. I think he was just surprised at how much it rolled on. Chris has often sort of remarked that the way that he plays that long, flowy cue action, it's so easy for him to actually stop balls because it's just the pace in them. And in theory, with the slightly heavier balls that we have now, that should help in terms of control, but it also means they'll probably roll that little bit further as well. Slightly two-way street. Either way, he recovered the situation and he leads by 4 frames to 1. Matt Cooke needs to get one back. Good break. And half chance. Only half. not a particularly lovely leave.
Red ball's in play.
Work to do here for Matt Cooke. Red ball at the bottom of the table. He will go in both corner pockets, but you want to be on the right hand side taking that on. You don't want to be over on the left because you've got less room to play with. Also then you'd be going into those yellows, so to be free of that you need to be down the right hand side of the table. I thought he might a second ago before he played his first that was shot up into the top right hand corner. I thought he might have played that red in the middle of the table and screwed down the table, got rid of it there and then. It's leaving it. We'll be leaving it till last now. So not only has he got to get on that red, he's got to leave himself an angle so he can get on the black as well. So I'm going to pop this into the middle, screw the cue ball back. Surely he cannot be running down the table and playing it from the left-hand side. It is not the right way to go, seriously. He has to go over to the right-hand side to play that, or attack that last red. Got to be screwing this back, surely. Yeah, he is.
How's your run?
But he could have dug that much deeper and not even gone into those two balls.
I think he's still on it.
He's on it.
Yeah, he's had a little bit of touch there. That wasn't the greatest shot.
No.
Got to avoid those.
So now he's got to pop this into the bottom right, bottom left, and then screw the cue ball up into the gap between the yellow and the black, and have the black in the bottom right. Nice bump.
Yeah, he's played that well.
A friendly little bump on that yellow as well, which helped him.
I think he had to play that. But I think you cannot avoid that yellow. He's had to judge that. I think that's a pretty good shot, all told, from Matt Cooke. The shot before it wasn't.
No.
That was a good recovery, though.
Good finish in the end.
Yeah.
I thought for a split second there he'd made a bit of a hash of it, but he hadn't. So Matt Cooke, 4-2 now. So that's broken the 6-1 curse. No more 6-1s for Chris Melling.
Yeah, first player to get more than a single frame against him.
So Chris Melling breaking off frame number 7. That is a fabulous break. Immediately you look at the reds purely because of the yellow that's stuck behind red and black, and you can actually pot this red and get straight on that red at the bottom of the table, which he has done. No problem for the red that's behind the yellow of the middle, because it will plant onto the one at the top of the table. So you can pot this red here, get on the other one at the bottom of the table. Well, he'll be playing the plant now. This depends how this second red sits. So he's going to play the plant into the top right-hand corner. The red over the bag will be dispatched. Does he play it very slowly to try and leave the red he's planted, to leave that over the bag next, so he can play an easy plant with the red that's over that mid, well, next to the yellow over the middle, or does he hit this to make sure he gets out of the way so he leaves him a straight pot? He's played it the delicate way. He wants to leave it as a plant. Did he play it that way?
Either works because he's tracking to the left side of the table. It's a sexy little finish that from Chris, isn't it?
It is a very sexy finish.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, it's up there as supermodel standard.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Well, you know, I liked it though. It was a great finish by Meling, and I think if you're Matt Cooke, you look at that break and you think you're a lucky so-and-so to be on that red at the bottom of the table. But you know, he had to do a lot of work there, Chris, and it was a fabulous finish.
Yeah, it really was. He's been in very good looking form. How's the magician?
Break. 5 frames to 2.
Another look at Matt Cooke's break. Keeps himself at the table. Yellow's sure going to be the ball. Awkward one that's near the middle on the right. It's on that cushion. Have an angle here to move it. Just for a second, I thought it missed that double, but it's slid in off that jaw. He's still in a decent position. It's now, I would love to get the cue ball right into the middle of the table. He's looking at coming well. He's going to come all the way down the bottom and try and get onto the one on the side rail. This is an edgy one here for Cookie.
Bounce. Oh, he so nearly hit that gap, and it would have been a real gap to hit. There's an element of, yeah, fortune required to hit it. He so nearly found it.
I did think he would just try and get into the middle of the table. Could have run that yellow into the middle, leave an angle on the one on the bottom corner, and then come around the 2 rails, and the black would have gone in the same pocket as the last yellow. I know what he's trying to do there. He wanted to get right in that little gap there, but it's now tricky. Straight across to the one over the middle. Got it.
What a recovery.
He doesn't care, does he?
That's a great shot.
Naughty Cookie.
He's going to have a shot at the 8. It might not be nice. I think he'll have.
I think he's got a fair bit of room in there, you know.
Yeah, I just don't know if he can get behind it. Well, I think that red just plays big.
Should get off the 2 rails here, surely.
Oh, that'll do.
Yeah, apology there. And I'm no way in the world he's played that shot.
Yeah, because my thinking was there is, you know, we'll let him pot it first. Is he going to reach? Just.
I thought he did that too soft then as well.
Get me a camera shot of Chris Melling's face now. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, he enjoyed that, did Chris?
So my thinking there, Tony, was it didn't look like he had enough angle. It looked like he had some angle to the point where he just drops in and drifts off the line of the red. And then you've got the cut to the left centre. It's not a particularly nice shot, but you got a sight of the 8-ball. Obviously, he's tried to screw it off one, which felt like a really tough shot.
Yeah. Yeah, he rode a bit of luck in that.
Oh, I think you can say that again.
I won't, but...
Chris Melling's break. Leading 5 frames to 3.
So Melling breaking off. Still sat on the hill. He want to get the job done now, though.
Lost his cue ball fraction there, but won't be losing too much sleep over it. What a split. What a split.
Yeah, and there's a case of both colours here as well.
Extension call.
It's going reds. Well, absolutely walloped that red in.
Red balls in.
Wasn't expecting that bump there, and he was close to going and off. He's going back up there again. He's trying to play all his shots on his top left-hand side of the table. Now he's in far better position now. Great pot there. Saying the pocket's a bit big up in that top right. Chris, at his usual self. Don't do that too much, because if he misses one later in the tournament up there, he'll be getting some stick. But he does get over the line, beating Matt Cooke 6 frames to 3. His unbeaten run in the group goes on. He's now from 4 out of 4.